Welcome to the Shango Diaries, written by Madison, where love gets messy, the past never really stays in the past, and the heart wants what it wants, even when the mind says nah. It's real, it's raw, and it's got all the highs, lows, late night texts, and unanswered questions that come with falling hard for someone who might not be ready to catch you. So, press play, get comfortable, and step into Monica's world, where passion and chaos go hand in hand, and the truth, well, it's complicated. This is the Shango Diaries. Let's get into it. All right, y'all, we are back with episode 15 of the Shango Diaries. So listen, Monica's life right now is a whole mess. Work is stressing her out. Co-parenting with Tony is, well, that's a struggle all by itself. And then there's Shango. You already know, late night texts, mixed signals, and that pull she just can't shake. Todd and Kyle are trying to keep her grounded, but let's be real. Monica's at a crossroads. So what's she gonna do?
Welcome back. You know how we do, diving deep into the good stuff. And this time, it's Monica's life, back in early 2008.
Yeah, February and March to be exact. We're talking emails, diary entries, even those little episode recaps, from that show she was on.
All that juicy stuff. And trust me, it gets juicy. We're talking a brand new relationship, some serious co-parenting drama, all those everyday life things that pile up,
Totally. It's like getting a backstage pass to her life, seeing how she handles it all. And we're starting with her relationship with Shango. This is intense.
Oh, yeah. Like right off the bat, we've got this late night email from him. Wednesday, February 27th, 3:16 a.m. He's laying it all out there, talking about how no one's ever made him feel like this.
Seriously, he's talking about kissing, eating the whole 9 yards. You can feel that passion,
yeah.
Right? And then he gets into these fears about their future, all the baggage they're bringing in.
But then he loops right back to her, how she makes his heart and other parts tingle. It's a lot.
It is. And Monica's response is fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
She replies later that day, and she's just as vulnerable, telling him her biggest fear is actually losing him, not getting to build something real.
It's like she's feeling that same pull, that urgency. What really stood out to me was when she said falling in love like this is a rare occurrence for her.
Right. That tells you how much this means to her. It's not just a fling. But then she switches gears, brings up co-parenting with Tony, her youngest son's dad.
Mm-hmm.
And she's clear. She's not dragging him to court as long as he's doing right by their son.
It's like she's trying to find that balance, this crazy new love on one side and being a mom on the other. And then just a few days later, you see that push and pull between them playing out even more. Friday, February 29th, Shango sends her this late night message. He's like, every time I try to give you more, you pull away.
It's almost like he's accusing her of being afraid of getting too close. And then, bam, literally 2 minutes later, she fires back, I won't pull away anymore. I want all of you.
Talk about a roller coaster.
Seriously. But their dynamic isn't all serious,
There's definitely a playful, even sensual vibe between them, too. Shango's commenting on her heels, talking about how good she looks on top of them. And Monica, she's throwing it right back with her own suggestive comments. It's hot.
Yeah, there's a lot of chemistry there.
Definitely. But beyond those late night sparks, Monica's also craving more quality time in their everyday lives. Saturday, March 1st, she emails Shango saying she wants one evening where she's not coming home exhausted and one morning where they're not rushing around.
Makes sense. It's tough to build a real connection when you're both constantly on the go.
Absolutely. But they're not just talking about the future. They're actually making plans. There's this whole thing about a possible trip to St. Martin. Monica's even getting her passport ready.
That's a pretty big step. And she's definitely keeping that spark alive with some very descriptive messages about what she wants to do with him.
Monica doesn't hold back. But then we hit a little bump in the road. Monica mentions this comment from Shango's friend Karen about leaving her son home alone. And Monica's reaction is pretty strong.
Oh, yeah. She's not backing down. She tells her friend Todd, if it's such a big deal, I'll just come here on the weekends. And then she's off, putting on her fishnets and pink lipstick.
That's our Monica. But now let's shift gears. There's this whole other situation going on. Her co-parenting struggles with Tony, her youngest son, Jordan's dad.
This is where things get heavy. On Wednesday, March 5th, she sends Tony this email. It's raw, emotional. She's basically saying she can't force him to be a father while he's off being a dad to his other kids.
And the thing that really gets to her is that they have no relationship, no communication, nothing. She's hurting for her son. She even asks him straight up, what am I supposed to do? It's a plea.
And his response, well, it's not great. He basically dismisses her, saying she's not respecting his wishes. He even brings up his wife and other kids like it's some kind of excuse. And then he drops that line, let me live mine. Ouch.
It's harsh. And Monica's reaction, she's furious. Tells her friend Todd she told him off, and she's getting all her paperwork together to maybe take legal action.
She's not messing around. And you can feel that frustration, that sense of being alone in this fight for her son. But here's the thing. Even with all this relationship drama and co-parenting stress, Monica's still dealing with everyday life.
Absolutely. We see those work pressures, deadlines, the whole 9 yards. She's managing Amex bills, fighting some erroneous charges. Life doesn't stop just because things are tough.
And her friendships, those seem super important right now, especially her bond with Todd. He's really there for her.
Totally. When she shares this unsettling dream, mentions some unwanted attention from her ex, Coach, Todd's response is so supportive. He tells her to stay positive, to remember how blessed she is. That kind of support is crucial.
It really is. And it's nice to see her supporting Shango, too, helping him with his business logo, going to the Beacon Theater with him. It shows they're not just caught up in the passion, they're there for each other in the everyday stuff, too.
Right. We also see her reaching out to her oldest son, Kyle, on his birthday. And she even mentions talking to Shango about the age difference between her kids. It's these little glimpses into her life, the different roles she's juggling.
So, looking at this whole picture, what stands out to you?
For me, it's Monica's strength. She's handling a new relationship, co-parenting struggles, work, friendships. It's a lot. And yet she's pushing forward, making her own choices, and not letting anyone walk all over her.
Totally. And it's a reminder that life is messy. We're all juggling these different things, trying to find that balance between love, responsibility, and figuring out who we are.
So what does Monica's journey back in 2008 make you think about? How do you find that balance in your own life? What happens when those lines between your past and present start to blur? Think about that.
And if you enjoyed this little peek into Monica's life, don't forget to like and share this commercial-free podcast written by M. Madison. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.
And that's a wrap on episode 15. Thanks for hanging with me. Monica's got some tough choices ahead, and it's only getting deeper. If you're feeling the story, make sure to follow, rate, and drop a review. It really helps. And remember, this is a commercial-free podcast, just a few minutes long, quick, real, and straight to the point. Until next time, stay tuned, trust the journey, and keep moving forward. Catch you next time.